Let's be real. Life happens. Kids spill. Pets shed. And accidents are inevitable. That's why you need a washable sofa that can keep up. Our sofas are fully machine washable, inside and out, so you can say goodbye to stains and hello to worry-free living. Made with liquid and stain-resistant fabrics, they're kid-proof, pet-friendly, and built for everyday life. Plus, changeable fabric covers let you refresh your sofa whenever you want. Need flexibility? Our modular design lets you rearrange your sofa anytime to fit your space, whether it's a growing family room or a cozy apartment. Plus, they're earth-friendly and trusted by over 200,000 happy customers. Starting at just $699, it's time to upgrade to a stress-free, mess-proof sofa. Visit WashableSofas.com today and save. That's WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
She's seen Encanto more times than she can count. And she can count to 10. She mentioned Mirabel in every conversation. But the moment she actually met Mirabel, she was speechless. That's pura magia. Find yours at Walt Disney World Resort.
5 years, 10 months, and 2 days. That's how long it took to grow the 38 inches to ride on Cali River Rapids. But the moment the wait finally ended, that was pura magia. Discover it at Walt Disney World Resort.
Hello, my name is Vanessa Handy. I'm a producer at Wonder Media Network, and I'm so excited to be guest hosting this episode of Womanica. This month, we're talking about cultivators, women who nurtured, cross-pollinated, experimented, or went to great lengths to better understand and protect the natural world. Imagine it's the 1940s in Washington, D.C. You're walking through the Smithsonian for the first time. There are countless exhibits to see. Each one helps you better understand the intricacies of the natural world and its evolution over time. There are paintings, dinosaur fossils, and even insects. But how did those specimens get into their displays? And wait, how did you get to the upper floor of the museum? Today, we're talking about the Smithsonian's first female elevator operator who turned into a world-class scientist. She cultivated knowledge in a literal sense by bringing outside travelers up into the captivating world of the museum and helping them make new discoveries. In a more theoretical sense, her pioneering work in the entomology department led to the identification and preservation of many insect specimens, helping people understand a world of previously unrecognized creatures. Let's talk about Sophie Lutterlough. Sophie was born in 1910 in Washington, D.C. While in high school, she took a strong interest in biology and graduated near the top of her class. But at the same time, there were few job opportunities for Black women in the field of science. That obstacle did not deter Sophie, and she persistently looked for work. In 1943, she applied for a curation job at the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History. She was offered a job, just not the one she expected. The museum didn't hire her to research, likely because she was a Black woman. Instead, they employed her as the museum's first female elevator operator. If Sophie did well, the museum promised they would hire more women to operate the elevators. Talk about pressure. But she succeeded. At least 2 more women eventually got hired for the job. Elevators in the early 1900s were more complex than their modern-day counterparts. They required an operator to control the speed and ensure the car ended up landing aligned with the right floor. The operator also needed to have a complete knowledge of the building's tenets and history. To gain that knowledge, Sophie spent her lunch breaks exploring the other floors, soaking up every detail of the different exhibits. At the time, the museum didn't have an information desk or docents to assist guests, and they would often ask Sophie about the displays. So, she made it her mission to become a one-woman information bureau. One day in 1957, Dr. J.F. Gates Clark, an insect curator, took a ride in her elevator. Sophie took the opportunity to ask, was there any work for her in the department? There was. After 14 years of working as an elevator operator, Sophie had a new title, Insect Preparator. Her tasks? sorting and preparing large quantities of insects. There was just one problem. She knew very little about entomology. So, Sophie did what she did best. She studied. She spent hours poring over entomological textbooks. She cross-referenced pictures and descriptions with what she was looking at in her microscope. After 2 years of training and hard work, Sophie was appointed as a research assistant to another insect curator. Her new job was to restore and classify myriapods, which include centipedes, millipedes, and other insects with many feet. There are roughly 13,000 species in total. Again, Sophie committed herself to the work, taking college courses in science, writing, and German to bulk up her knowledge on the job. No challenge was too large or microscopic for Sophie. Once, she had to rescue and restore a collection of about 35,000 ticks that had dried out in storage. She also helped the curator discover 40 type specimens, which are the reference specimens that help scientists create descriptions for new species. In 1979, scientists named a mite after her in her honor. Sophie spent 40 years working for the Smithsonian, 26 of those as an entomologist. She retired from the museum in 1983, earning the Smithsonian's Exemplary Service Award. She said her greatest challenge in retirement would be, quote, getting used to not coming to work at this wonderful institution. Sophie's work laid the foundation for future insect research, though she didn't get a lot of credit for it. And as a Black woman, she could have been locked out of a job in science entirely. In 2008, just a year before Sophie's death, there were still only 8 registered Black entomologists out of more than 1,000 in the US. And as recently as 2016, only about 2% of all entomology graduate students in the US are Black. After her retirement, Sophie spent her time attending church and singing as a soprano in their choir until her death on February 11th, 2009. She was 98 years old. All month, we're talking about cultivators. For more information, find us on Facebook and Instagram at Womanica Podcast. Thanks to co-creators Jenny and Liz Kaplan for having me as a guest host. Talk to you tomorrow.
There's nothing like sinking into luxury. Anabay sofas combine ultimate comfort and design at an affordable price. Anabay has designed the only fully machine washable sofa from top to bottom. The stain-resistant performance fabric slipcovers and cloud-like frame duvet can go straight into your wash. Perfect for anyone with kids, pets, or anyone who loves an easy-to-clean, spotless sofa. With a modular design and changeable slipcovers, you can customize your sofa to fit any space and style. Whether you need a single chair, love seat, or a luxuriously large sectional, Anabay has you covered. Visit washablesofas.com to upgrade your home. Sofas start at just $699. And right now, you can shop up to 60% off store-wide with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Shop now at washablesofas.com. Add a little to your life. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
SOME stands for So Others Might Eat, and I am a grateful beneficiary. That's how I started my journey of recovery. 15 years later, I'm gainfully employed. I moved from homelessness to a safe and secure place to owning my own home today. If these walls could talk, they would say safety.
JP Morgan Chase Community Development Banking understands that the buildings we invest in are more than just 4 walls. They are you. They are us. They are Washington, D.C.